Yo, so here is a website review for scalingpiece.com. Hey, congrats, you did a good job on the page. Awesome. It's taking shape. It's looking good. And so I'm gonna do a simple website review like I do with our websites I review. And starting by the message and then giving you feedback on the design. So first, when I land here, remember we have to answer these 5 questions. What do you offer? Okay, collaborative workspaces for small teams. How does it make my life better? Or why should I care? Or I can reclaim my time, make flexibility, and scale my business with peace. Bingo. How do I do to buy it? Or I can book a call here. Great. I would clarify and have the same call to action, book a call here. You have the discovery call, nice. I would make it in the same orange box button so that people really associate the orange button with book a call. Very important. Then what results do you provide, or what's the outcome for me? Well, I can run operations efficiently with my team without myself, so probably that's good. Like we discussed later on, we could add maybe some numbers in there. And then who is this for? Small teams and here small business owners. It's okay, that works. You have a bit two different wording, but it's not that bad. Cool. That's clear. Then you have some authority here with testimonials, which is good. You don't have the 3 bullet points that we worked together. And maybe that's a choice you made. I think they would add to, they would help to clarify the value with 3 bullet points that I can quickly scan. Most people might not read this because it's very small. You use a font that is very light, very thin, so that might not be read by many people. This is much clearer and nice, easy to read. This is not easy to read. So you could use that font size to have 3 bullet points, 3 things that would help people understand the value that you provide. And since we're here, I would make the testimonials much smaller for here. So it's great to have more testimonials somewhere down here, perfect. But here, this is taking half of my screen and they stand out more than your headline and your photo. So I would make it much smaller. Their headline, I mean their photo could be next to the name in very small. It's not that important. And then make them as short as possible where you only highlight the success, the outcome. Then you don't even need maybe the job title, just the name to show it's a real person. Even remove the quote because we know it's a quote. I would rather have this. And actually, there's a mistake in there. It's missing a word. Oh, I see okay. Yeah, the sentence is not correct, but I would just highlight in bold what is important. Share his knowledge in operation is not really a value. I would say maybe applied his expertise in our daily work, our daily operations, something like that, and have it in bold. Again, the value in bold. So I want these testimonials to take less space, very compact, but where the value or the outcome is in bold, in big, so that we can just read that. Everything else doesn't matter. And most importantly, this background color is way too strong. The contrast is not enough. People with reading disabilities, they will not be able to read this. I'm sure this does even pass the Google test. So Google has a tool for contrast. I will share it later. And Google doesn't like when the contrast is not good enough because Google knows people will not read. So then you are penalized for this. So use a lighter shade of this color for all your backgrounds. Same feedback for this. And make these testimonials super, super small, but super impactful. Well, I can really read a tiny sentence, a tiny snippet of content, and that helps me understand the value you provide to your clients. Great. The header image, it's cool. It's a cool one you have of you. Now, if you have one of your clients, your customers, because I think this is more of a workshop than your actual clients, that would be better. Better yet, and this is where I suggested my help, I would see a bit of a nice montage of a workspace screenshot plus one or two photos of your ideal customer. So that is something I would see that would help better. Then your problems, not finished here. I think, so the navigation bar, I think your logo, I don't like the white box. I could remove that and have the scaling piece in white. And I'm not sure, like, I don't mind you being behind it, maybe at the bottom here, but this is a bit too small. I would rather have you as in a bubble, in a circle like this, and then or plain background, and then have scaling piece to the right, easily to read, and maybe an easier to read font as well. And then your navigation, you have many buttons, which is a bit confusing. So it's, again, not going to convert really well, and you're taking people away from your website. So let me explain. Get your workspace. This is good, but technically it's your homepage here. So you don't need a link to your homepage. People click on the logo to go to your homepage. So this link is confusing because I thought it was a call to action to bring me to like get started, but actually it's not. And it's useless because you're taking people to the homepage. Of course, you have other pages and people might want to go back, but again, if this is one of your key service and you call it workspace, collaborative workspace, I could understand. But because you say get your workspace, to me is a call to action, and I'm expecting the next step. So you're confusing people here, and at the same time, you're taking them to the wrong place. So to keep it simple, get rid of this. And get rid of this as long as this is your homepage for now, okay? Then, because actually your homepage will have like 70–80% of your traffic, and then it has to convert. So get rid of that. Book a Districo is great, but like I said, it needs to go in a button and not as in navigation. And now what you're doing is taking people away from your website. And this is no longer your website, no longer your branding. You should have scaling piece here in your logo, because you can add a logo. And you're not explaining to me what I'm going to do in the call. You didn't add a description. So from my experience, this page converts really bad because people, they're totally lost here. They forgot why they're here in the first place, what they're going to have in the discovery call, and you're totally away from your website. So it's like a bounce. People are gone and they're not going to go back. So instead, what you do is you add this as the orange call to action button, and you put it on the right-hand side, the last button, because people always look at the extremities. They start from the left, go in, and they start from the right, go in. So it's very important to have it there. Now your Calendly, it should be embedded here, which you have. So instead of taking people to another website, you should just have an anchor, and people, when they click here, it would scroll them down the page, which actually you're not doing here. So again, you're confused. You're taking people away from your website when in fact you do have the feature down here. So add an anchor to this section, and then you add the anchor into your buttons, and that is done. And it's a simple scroll. You can look at it on my website, how it's made, or actually any of my websites or templates. Next up is subscribe. But subscribe to what? You're not telling me what I should subscribe. So it's very rare that I'm gonna click because I don't know what I'm subscribing to. You need more words in order to sell a subscription. And then you're taking me to ConvertKit. Again, this is not your branding, not your website. You're taking people away. And this is, again, one more hole you have in your funnel. Then you have a contact. Okay, but those contact form, they're not converting. It's not working. It's not as specific as booking a call with you. People will not contact you through that. Very little. You're gonna have spam from people that want to sell you stuff, and that's it. Search for what? It's not a place for a search button here. You're not having a portal and e-commerce. So get rid of the search, get rid of the contact button. Contact button, I understand you can keep a contact page, but you put it here, exactly where you have it here, in the footer, everything in the footer. So then it's a lot clearer and it converts a lot more. Back to the home page. Next up, we have the problem. This is great, I love it. Design-wise, again, the background is too dark. I cannot read this, I don't want to read that. And I don't understand this little thing here. It's a design feature. I don't think it's necessary because it cuts me from the flow of reading this. And then you have a quote design here, which this is not a quote from someone. So again, remove it. It's clunky. This is heavier than this. I would rather have this text bigger so that I understand it's easy to read, or a thicker font, because this is so thin that I don't want to read. You don't want those old school website where you have a super tiny font. You want it easy to read. So this is it for this section. I would add a bit more padding top and left so it's not like squished into this gray box, but it breathes more. I want to rest my eyes somewhere and read. It's just like a page in a book, or like a chapter in a movie. I want to breathe. I want space. This is good. I love this section. Again, I just don't understand the quote, the quotation thing here, indentation. It's distracting. And also this title is almost the same size and font size or font weight as this. So it's two same, but not enough different. And I would want a bit of contrast so that it makes me want to read and have a bit of rhythm in the page. This is great. I really love this. This is awesome. Congrats on this. So nothing else to say on this. Oh, except you have a bug on the button. Your arrow is behind. Also, when I roll over, your orange go lighter and then the white becomes gray. So this is not enough contrast. I cannot read. So maybe only change the text color, maybe to black but not gray, or the background color to lighter but keep it white. I don't know, but this is hard to read and too murky, not enough contrast. Next up, this is very easy. Okay, cool. Not much to say. This is cool too. Perfect, easy. Again, not enough contrast to read, but this is cool. Cool. It's perfect. Great photo. Testimonials, that's awesome, but this is a bit too long. Nobody's going to read this. And if it's long, because it has to, because it's a great story, at least highlight some of the success in there in bold. So that I want to read. It catches my attention and I want to read. Very, very important. Same for this. Your packages, that looks great. Awesome. Maybe it could improve a bit the layout, the design, but this is to my liking good enough. Instead of the arrows here, I would have a check mark, like a check, because it's what people expect to know if it's included, to know that it's included, and I would be clearer. So I think this is better. Again, the font is a bit hard to read if I really want to scan, and this may be a bit too long. I want to, it's weird to have a paragraph description in a bullet point list. So I would want to improve that. Maybe I didn't give you that feedback before, but now that I see it on the website, I would rather have clear short bullet points of what you have here. And this is a description of what you do, which should be here somewhere, or maybe before. So before the listing, that could work. And your high-end package looks almost very small because you only have 2 more things compared to this one. So it doesn't seem that you include a lot in your packages. So I would rather have more bullet points and less paragraphs. Like we discussed, I think later on or very soon, you might want to add another section where you explain a bit more your product or your package. That could be also a different page, or a different page. Okay. This is awesome. This is great. I love your objection section. FAQ. Okay. I would never think of putting images in FAQ. Oh, that's pretty long. Why not? I'm not sure about this. I've never seen images to an FAQ. If you want in the future, you could add links to maybe an article in your blog, because I know you're going to create documentations in there. So you could link into that. Now, the challenge with that is if you want this page to convert, you should not take people away from this page. All you should do is book a call, and then people are going to book a call. Final section, last call to action. This is a bit a small title, so it's not really appealing. It should be a big title like you have everything else on the page. Actually, every section should have an H2 heading to title. So why make it different here? And then you're missing the inclusion of what people are going to have in your free discovery call. Maybe, no, okay, yeah. So say in a few bullet points what people is going to go through or how you're going to help people discover your services. So usually I do like in this call we'll cover bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. And this like discuss how we can discuss your business. I'm showing you what a workspace could do for your business. Evaluate your talk about your budget, and then answer any questions you may have. Just that. Okay. So this is it. Then lastly here, okay, you can have what you want in your footer because I call that the junk drawer. I'm surprised you don't include your social media here, but maybe because you don't want to take people away from this page right now, which is great. But again, don't take people away from that. And if you want people to subscribe to newsletter, this is not even an opt-in form here, so I don't see an opt-in form. I don't see why I want to see this. So, and I don't want one more step. I just want to do it right away. Me, what I would do if you want to build your newsletter is to have the opt-in to the newsletter right there. Because at least if maybe it's taking people away from booking a call with you, but actually you have their email address. And if you have a nice welcome sequence, you can pitch them a call with you and not just send them your newsletter. So I don't even think you need to advertise a newsletter unless you really have a good, proper newsletter. But if you're doing YouTube, you should not advertise a newsletter. Okay. Great, you have your thing. So to recap, I think you could improve a bit this white background on your logo. And if you need help with that, I'm happy to do so. You could improve this image here, and I'm happy to help you if you need so. and then tweak a bit this design, and you're good to go, good to convert. All right. I'm happy to answer any questions you have if you're struggling with your WordPress. I'm not going to be a WordPress expert, but maybe I can help you find a solution. Ciao.